On September 3rd, 2025, central Kansas was struck by a fierce hailstorm that left many communities devastated. In some places, residents reported hailstones as large as tennis balls, while other areas, including the city of Wichita and nearby counties, were relentlessly pelted by hail the size of golf balls.
Oh my God. It's crazy.
The icy barrage shattered windshields, dented and pierced the roofs of thousands of vehicles, and caused severe damage. Powerful winds swept across the region, toppling trees, destroying homes, ravaging farmland, and leaving thousands of households without power. The very next day, on September 4th, it was East Tennessee's turn, with Knoxville and surrounding areas facing another round of severe thunderstorms.
Ooh, y'all. Hope y'all ain't out in this. Gonna be some hail damaged cars tonight.
In Kansas, the hardest hit areas included Marion County, where hailstones measured up to 7.5 centimeters in diameter. Counties such as McPherson and Sedgwick recorded hailstones between 5 and 7 centimeters, while smaller communities, including Harvey County, Newton, and Salina, were blanketed with stones nearly 7 centimeters wide. Wichita not only endured massive hail, but also battled straight-line winds of up to 120 kilometers per hour, which caused extensive roof and siding damage and uprooted countless large trees. Heavy rainfall compounded the destruction, flooding streets, paralyzing traffic, and severely straining urban infrastructure. Fields of corn and soybeans in McPherson and Harvey counties were shredded, while livestock farms reported injured animals. At the height of the storm, more than 5,000 households in Sedgwick County were plunged into darkness due to power outages. Schools were not spared either. In McPherson County, many school roofs were damaged, including the gymnasium at Urea Christian School. Several schools had to close to assess and repair the destruction. Meteorologists explained that the historic hailstorm was fueled by supercell thunderstorms forming in an atmosphere of high humidity, strong instability, and marked wind shear. These conditions allowed hailstones to remain suspended in the clouds longer, growing larger before crashing to the ground. On September 4th, another violent storm system swept across East Tennessee. Counties including Knoxville, Anderson, Roane, and Morgan were placed under severe thunderstorm warnings, with wind gusts exceeding 95 kilometers per hour and hailstones nearly 4 centimeters in diameter. In the towns of Farragut and Saviorville, fallen trees blocked roads and caused localized power outages. Torrential rain flooded low-lying areas, adding to the hardship faced by residents. Although the Tennessee storm was less widespread than Kansas, it still inflicted clear damage to property, homes, and infrastructure, underscoring the urgent need for preparedness in the face of extreme weather events.
The world changing, disasters are no longer rare, they are reality. You cannot predict the next earthquake, flood, or wildfire, but you can choose how ready you are. This channel isn't just here to inform, it's here to wake people up before it's too late. So if you're watching this now, take it as a sign. Don't just scroll, don't just watch. Subscribe, learn, and prepare, because awareness isn't fear, it's power.
Kind of brown. Oh, I see it now. You?
Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Oh my goodness. What in the world is this? Holy smokes. I've never seen this before. Oh my gosh.
At 018, the water had a distinctive brown color, signaling that a flash flood was about to occur. By 025, observers could clearly see the flow and monitored it more closely. At 038, the flood began advancing, creating a tense atmosphere. By 052, the observation team, standing right next to the post office in Menhaw Valley, Juneau, Alaska, noted that the river was rising rapidly, indicating that the situation was becoming dangerous.
That's behind it. Wow, oh my cow. Look how it moves. Wow, look.
You are recording this, right?
Yes, sir. Wow, look at it, look at it, look at it. Wow. Hey, can you turn the boat to the right?
Around 119, a record-breaking flood swept through Juneau as a large volume of melting ice from Suicide Basin poured down, feeding into the Mendenhall River and breaking all previous records. The newly built HESCO flood barriers, over 2 meters high, withstood the strong pressure, protecting hundreds of homes from potential destruction.
All right, how about I'll take y'all pictures. I need. Look. I think the Lord's gonna go. Feels good. Yeah.
Water spilled onto many streets and seeped into some yards through the drainage system, but thanks to a rapid response plan, the wider residential area was not heavily flooded. Officials reported that timely evacuation and the sturdy levee system were key factors in minimizing damage. During the flood, observers also saw trees and debris being carried along by the water, demonstrating the flood's immense power. The disaster began when the accumulated water behind the ice in Suicide Basin suddenly burst, releasing billions of liters of water downstream, flowing into Mendenhall Lake and raising the river to record high levels, testing all newly constructed defense lines. Scientists and rescue teams monitored the event in real time using flow measuring devices, drones, and on-site inspections to assess water levels and check for signs of damage. Although trees were struck by water and the pressure was immense, the barriers remained standing, proving the effectiveness of the flood protection works. Residents in high-risk areas had been evacuated the night before, following emergency warnings, so no rescue operations were needed during the most dangerous hours. Before the flood, 3 local schools were closed, and a Red Cross Relief Center at Floyd Dryden Gymnasium opened to accommodate affected families. School activities were postponed until cleanup and safety inspections were completed. Power companies perform selective power cuts in risk-prone areas to protect equipment from floodwaters and restored electricity once the danger passed. Many nearby roads remained flooded or obstructed until repair teams cleared them. The floods forced damaged access to Backloop Road Bridge, causing erosion of the base material, forcing the bridge to close for repairs. Although the main structure remained intact, officials emphasized that without the HESCO barriers, the outcome could have been similar to, or worse than, the previous year's disaster, when around 300 homes were flooded. This year's thorough preparation transformed a potential disaster into a controlled situation. The temporary barriers, consisting of over 10,000 reinforced sand blocks, formed a continuous line of defense along vulnerable riverbanks. Despite minor leaks, the barriers withstood the massive water pressure. During the flood, state, local, and federal agencies coordinated with the U.S. Army to provide supplies and support, while local teams monitored the levee conditions at the flood peak. As the water receded, inspectors checked the barriers, assessed infrastructure damage, and examined private structures for hidden problems. These surveys will help shape repair plans before the next flood season. Suicide Basin has caused floods almost every year for more than a decade, but the size and unpredictability of recent floods have increased due to melting ice and warming climate, making each summer a new challenge. This year's flood in Juneau, Alaska, demonstrated the destructive power of nature but also highlighted the importance of preparation, evacuation, and a robust flood protection system. Thanks to timely measures, damage could be controlled and minimized, safeguarding lives and property.
Nature doesn't send us warnings, but we can. Floods, earthquakes, wildfires, and storms are striking harder and faster than ever before. By subscribing, you are not just watching, you are joining a movement to stay alert, stay informed, and helps others to do the same. Hit the subscribe now because the next disaster won't wait, and neither should you. Be ready and be aware.